What if I told you that for the price of a sad one-bedroom in Southern California and a monthly tab that barely covers in and out and air conditioning, you could spend the rest of your life drinking wine on a deck chair, doing zero laundry, and pretending you're not dodging U.S. rent like a Navy SEAL? Sounds like a scam, right? Like a late-night infomercial or one of those suspicious YouTube ads that pop up when you've been doom-scrolling Zillow listings and Googling cheap island to disappear to. But nope. This is real. This is the true story of a 77-year-old woman who said screw it to land-based retirement, broke up with her lease in Orange County, and literally shipped herself out to sea for 15 years. You heard that right. 15 years at sea, on a cruise ship. Not a vacation, not a sabbatical, not a midlife crisis, because respectfully, the midlife ship has sailed. This is full-blown, passport-stamped, Wi-Fi included, medical visits covered, all-you-can-drink wine-hour retirement with port stops. Welcome to News That's Wacked, and today we're diving headfirst into the deep blue life of Sharon Lane, the retired foreign language teacher turned full-time ocean nomad. And yes, this is either genius, insane, or the single most inspirational example of not giving a single nautical fuck I have ever seen. So picture this. You're 77 years old. You've lived in Orange County, Los Angeles, San Bernardino, basically a Southern California sampler platter. And now your lease in Laguna Woods, the OG of retirement villages, is expiring. Most people would, I don't know, renew? Move into assisted living? Start collecting coupons with a vengeance? Not Sharon. Sharon took one look at the rental market and said, absolutely not. Y'all want $4,000 a month for a box with termites and no parking? I'll take the ocean, please. And in just 10 minutes, she made the decision to buy a villa on board the cruise ship Odyssey, operated by Villa Vie Residences. No hesitation. No going on Zillow to compare. Just boom. Sea life activated. I spend more time deciding between Uber Eats and driving to Taco Bell. But Sharon? Sharon moved her entire existence onto a floating apartment complex that's constantly moving, which, by the way, sounds like a logistical nightmare for Amazon deliveries. She joins this thing called the Odyssey, which isn't just a boat, it's a lifestyle that involves visiting 147 countries and 425 destinations over 3.5 years, before starting the cycle over again, like a never-ending semester abroad with more buffet lines and fewer regrets. For a one-time payment of about $129,999, yeah. I said about because Sharon kept it classy and didn't disclose the exact amount, but we know how to use Google. And a monthly fee of $3,000, Sharon locked down an interior cabin for 15 years. That's right, 15 years. No rent hikes, no utilities, no HOA rules about flag colors or where you park your damn Toyota. Just endless ocean, Wi-Fi, wine, and laundry service. And listen, some of y'all are out here paying $3,000 a month for an apartment that doesn't even come with a washer-dryer hookup. Sharon? She's getting sunsets and spa days and probably hasn't touched a vacuum in weeks. Okay, let's talk amenities, because this isn't some dingy, rusted-out barge that smells like shrimp and broken dreams. This ship was built in 1993, so she's not exactly Gen Z material, but she was refurbished like a real housewife getting a third marriage. Villa Vie went all out. We're talking cocktail bars, pickleball courts, a pool on the top deck, medical facilities, shows, spa, fitness center, and yes, for all you remote workers fantasizing about escape, there's a business center with actual Wi-Fi. And listen, I don't know who needs to hear this, but Sharon is getting all of that for the same price you pay to live in a shoebox with beige carpet and a community pool that looks like a petri dish. She has no laundry. No grocery shopping, no maintenance bills, no, did you remember to take the trash out? She just wakes up, walks out of her cabin, and boom, new country, new drink, no problems. Meanwhile, I walk out of my apartment and step in the neighbor's dog poop. Again. Now let's get into the psychology of this, because we gotta be real. A part of this is pure genius. It taps into this deep human need to just say, I'm done. Done with bills, done with landlords, done with lawn care, done with society's expectations about what retirement should look like. Most people are afraid to move out of their zip code. Sharon said, I'm moving off the land entirely. This is the kind of main character energy I aspire to have. And the craziest part? She's not even doing it as a couple. Nope, Sharon's flying solo. Her cabin is a single, which means she pays the full monthly fee, but she also doesn't have to share closet space. She doesn't have to coordinate dinner plans. She doesn't have to hear anyone complain about why are we going to Istanbul again? She just lives, freely, on the water, like a very polite, passport stamping pirate. And don't think this is some eat, pray, love fantasy without baggage. The ship itself had a rocky start. Yeah, Odyssey was supposed to set sail in October, but due to a few little hiccups, like last-minute repairs and a 4-month delay, people were stranded in Belfast, Ireland for a bit, which, depending on your alcohol tolerance and love of potatoes, could either be a vibe or a nightmare. Dozens of planned port stops got yeeted off the itinerary, countries went unvisited, and passengers were stuck waiting on a boat that wasn't quite boat-ready. But Sharon? Unbothered. She didn't join until June, after the kinks were worked out. I don't know if that's blind optimism or inner peace, but either way, Sharon is the human embodiment of I'm good. She told a reporter, I'm finally able to do what I've wanted to do for years. And that hits, because it's not just about the cruise, or the ocean views, or the unlimited breadsticks or whatever. It's about freedom, control, choosing the life you want, even if it looks bonkers to everyone else. She doesn't have an end date. There's no return flight. She literally said, there's no end, maybe in 15 years. And the way she said it, so chill. Like she might renew the whole thing when it's done. Like she might roll into a second Odyssey like it's a Netflix renewal and she's the star of the next season. And speaking of Netflix, why is this not a show yet? Seriously. If this isn't already being optioned into a streaming series about older women escaping rent and living their best boat life, then Hollywood is missing a golden opportunity. Picture it. The real retirees of the high seas. You'd get drama, sunsets, tiny doorways, and the occasional engine room flood. It would be like The Golden Girls meets Below Deck, but with fewer crew hookups and more strategic bingo. Someone call Shonda Rhimes or Ryan Murphy, or literally anyone with a pitch deck. Let's take a moment to be real. Because yeah, we've joked, we've laughed, we've imagined ourselves getting wine drunk in the middle of the Pacific while someone else irons our khakis. But this story? It also hits a little deeper. There's something profound about a 77-year-old woman choosing to spend her twilight years not waiting for time to pass, but chasing it. Most people spend their last act just trying to hold on. Sharon? She's out here adding new chapters. She didn't say, it's too late. She didn't say, I'm too old. She said, I've still got 15 years, and I'm going to ride them out on a boat with shrimp cocktails and zero stress. It's about flipping the script and saying, no more caretaking, no more stress, no more worrying about how to make everything work. I'm done. It's my turn. Meanwhile, I'm still over here arguing with my landlord over a leaky faucet like it's a hostage negotiation. Let me dream for a second. Imagine you actually signed up for a 15-year voyage. You'd start with optimism. Wow, look at me. I'm on a world cruise. I drink mango smoothies for breakfast, and someone fluffs my pillows with tongues. Fast forward 1 year. You've got a pickleball rivalry with a 93-year-old named Doris. You've seen Mamma Mia, the onboard musical, 17 times. You're fluent in buffet psychology. By year 5, you're running a black market bingo operation in the business center. By year 10, you found peace. You refer to port cities like X's. Oh, Fiji? Beautiful but chaotic. I prefer Portugal, less clingy. By year 15, you've either ascended to cruise ship royalty or completely lost your grip on time and space. You've replaced all social norms with nautical metaphors. You call your bedroom a stateroom. You correct people when they say floor. It's called a deck, Brad. Even with all the imagined absurdity, Sharon's decision touches something real. So many of us are terrified of the unknown. But Sharon made a ridiculous choice that made perfect sense to her. And now she wakes up every day in a new country with a made bed and a made-up mind. No regrets, no waiting, no someday. Just sunrise after sunrise after sunrise from the same cabin, but a different view. And look, not all of us are ready to sell everything and live at sea. Some of us get motion sickness on escalators. But the story still matters, because it's not about copying Sharon. It's about channeling Sharon. It's about asking yourself, what would my 15-year cruise look like? What ridiculous, beautiful, liberating thing would I do if I stopped caring what anyone thought and just did it? So if you're still here, still watching, still thinking, wow, maybe I want to float through retirement in a deck chair with laundry service and zero property taxes, then I have one thing to say. Smash that like button like it's the onboard dinner bell. Subscribe so you don't miss the next wild episode. Share this video with someone who's either about to retire or desperately needs a vacation. And maybe they'll start dreaming a little bigger too. And if you've got a viral story, weird headline, or just something that made your jaw drop like a lifeboat, drop it in the comments so we can feature it on the next episode of News That's Wacked. Until then, stay weird, stay curious, and if someone hands you a cruise contract that includes unlimited laundry and medical visits, sign it with both hands and a daiquiri.